Have you ever dreamed of ditching the 9 to 5 to travel the world full time?
It is not just a fantasy. We're about to show you how to pack smart,
Travel light,
and live your adventure anywhere you go in the world.
We're gonna be covering everything from clothing to gadgets to essential tips.
And we're going to be answering some of your questions along the way.
Let's dive into exactly what we pack when we hit the road.
What is happening, beautiful people?
We are Silky and Kieran, and for the past 3 years we've been traveling full time, living out of our backpacks.
And if there is one thing that we have learned, it's that we pack way too much stuff.
Crazy.
Now we're stripping it down to the essentials and packing smarter, lighter and better.
We want to show you how to avoid our mistakes and pack like a pro for full-time travel.
Okay, you can't go backpacking without backpacks. And we opted to go for traditional backpacks rather than wheelie suitcases. When we're choosing our backpacks, we like to choose something that applies to every single country because we don't want to be stopping in or changing backpacks everywhere we go. So backpacks on your back was definitely the way for us to go.
For me, I went with Osprey. It's my favorite backpack, and I've been using this backpack for years, literally years. It goes around my waist and I don't feel any weight on my shoulders.
And it's got a nice anti-gravity system here, which means that the weight is off Silky's shoulders and your back doesn't get so sweaty.
No.
I had the same backpack in 85 litres, but I decided to size down because I really did not need 85 litres on the road. So I actually went with this carry-on backpack from Wandered, which is perfect for any photographers out there. You have a dedicated camera cube in the bottom, and then the top part you're able to pack with clothes and stuff, and we will get into that very, very soon. We received 3 questions that we want to answer right now that related specifically to the backpacks, and the first one was about affordable backpacks.
For us, the main thing is that the backpacks are good quality, so they are each around €300, not the most affordable, but they are our house. We literally carry them everywhere we go, so they have to be good.
We haven't tried out a lot of budget backpacks. We've seen a lot of Quechua or Deuter on the road. We can't comment because we've never used them, but Osprey comes with a lifetime warranty. I'm not sure about Wandered, but the quality is incredible. We've both been using these backpacks for a long time and never had any problems, and I think when you buy the good quality backpacks, you end up only buying one rather than buying a few cheaper backpacks.
Exactly. The next question we had is how much do your backpacks weigh? And mine was around 13 kilo? No, 11.
11 kilos, and mine was around about 13 kilos, so
not too bad.
Yeah, it's not, and especially when I think about the last time we travelled, my backpack by the end of it was getting close to 30 kilos, which is insane. And
I mean, we did buy some pots and stuff from Indonesia.
We did. And that brings us to the last question, which was, what is the best packing advice you've ever received? And this advice actually was the best packing advice I ever received, and it was from Silky. And what did you say?
If you have space, you fill it.
Yeah, Silky warned me when I was buying my first backpack, and I said, no, I won't. You know, I wanted an 85 litre backpack just in case. When I left home, the 85 litres was full. And when I came back, somehow the 85 litres was even more full.
Clothes, help, please. I'm backpacking Asia soon, so inspired by your beautiful videos. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get over to clothes. So all my clothes are in this bottom compartment. In this one I have all my underwear, little scarves, gloves because it might be very cold in Kazakhstan, socks, 5 pairs of underwear though, not too much. All the rest of my clothes fit in this little bag. And I always say if you have enough clothes for a week, you have enough for the next year, 2 years, 3 years. Before I go inside, I want to know one thing. Are you for packing cubes or not? I absolutely love packing cubes, and Kieran as well. We are super organized people, so... Or maybe we're not super organized, but we just want to have everything organized. I brought 5 bottoms, 1 hiking trousers, and these are super handy as they just zip off whenever we're hiking and I get too warm. Shorts, leggings, which I actually just bought recently. These will be super handy when we're camping and I'm a bit too cold in my sleeping bag. Another pair of trousers. These are just super lightweight and very comfy to wear. And 1 last pair of shorts from Kavu. When you're traveling, it's super handy to have fast drying clothes. Last time when we were traveling, I was traveling with like 5 different dresses, beautiful outfits. This time I only brought 1 dress. It's always nice to have something beautiful for a special occasion.
Or those Instagram shots.
Or those Instagram shots. The next question we got is from Sophie, and she asked, how do you handle cold/warm switches more easily?
So Ophi. How we handle that is In the past, we have bought things in the place when we did Annapurna Circuit in Nepal. We bought down jackets and layers and gloves and hats and stuff.
But this time we're trying to have it all with us already, but in the lightest form. So we have a little merino wool base layer, which keeps us really warm when it's cold outside. So merino wool regulates your body temperature because of its breathability. It's also really soft, it's odor resistant, also offers UV protection. It just has everything in one and it's super versatile. We have a little sweater as well, which we absolutely love.
And then we have rain jackets and other things that we can layer up with. So it's not perfect, and maybe we will find that we have to buy some things when we get there, but that's how we deal with it. We try to just go prepared for colder temperatures and just try our best.
We've been traveling with this microfiber towel for years. We actually just share one between both of us. We don't love it, we don't hate it, it's just something handy to have. And last but not least, some t-shirts. So these are just 2 little comfy t-shirts where my shoulders will be covered for when we go into mosques or temples. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little tops. That's it. That's all my clothes. Not too bad, I think. What do you think, Laura?
I think you're doing good. Okay, this next one, I really like this. What is one of the most essential things you didn't think was, and what was one thing that you thought was, but wasn't?
That's a complicated one.
That is a complicated one, but
smart person.
It's a good one. For the thing that we didn't really think was essential, but turned out to be really essential, is the scrubber.
This is a washing bag.
Yeah, that's all it is, but this thing has multiple purposes.
So the first one, obviously to wash your clothes. There's little silicone balls on the inside. Let me show you. And you just put your clothes inside, water, washing product, you close the bag and you scrubber, and they come out clean. But another thing that we didn't think we would use, and actually used a lot, is just as a cover for the camera. So when it rains, we put this on top of the camera. We have a little hole so we can actually still vlog in the rain.
We used to carry a few smaller dry bags, but now we actually just use this, and if we are going on any crazy boat trips or anything like that, we will have all the camera gear inside here because it is 100% waterproof, and yeah, the water's not getting in there.
And for the thing that we thought was essential but turns out it wasn't, is having shoes for every single different occasion while traveling. We had hiking shoes, we had sandals, we had 5-finger toe Vibram shoes.
Anyway, we have had so many different pairs of shoes, and we realised in the end we do not need them, and we travel with 1 pair of shoes each. And this may be controversial, but the shoes that we travel with are... Drumroll please.
Crocs.
Crocs.
Socks in Crocs. You might be laughing over there, but honestly, we love our Crocs. They are good for in hostels when you want to go for a shower and the showers are absolutely minging. They are good if you want to go for just daily adventures, walking through the streets.
Super comfortable, but then when monsoon hits, these are waterproof. Well, water doesn't matter, because we've had hiking shoes and they get really smelly, and Crocs do not get really smelly.
We even hike with them.
Yeah.
Honestly, we hike volcanoes with them, more volcanoes, waterfalls.
Yep. I know it's not for everyone, and some people are going to be like, no way, but honestly, we were those people saying no way last year, and it was about a year ago that we got our first set of Crocs, and we
The whole family got them.
Yeah, we fell in love with them, so I would highly recommend giving it a try. Maybe it's not for you, but for us, we do everything in these and absolutely love them, and wouldn't travel with anything other than Crocs now. Okay, now to my backpack, which I think is a little bit more organised than Silky's backpack.
Hey.
Okay, so on the outside, starting here, I have the tripod, which is in the tripod holder. Super convenient, and then when we're flying, this will go in Silky's backpack. And on the outside, I have rainproof jacket and headphones, which these Sonys, we got them in Malaysia last year, and we could not travel without them. Now, we only have one set, but we share them. We're good at sharing. And just to block out all the noise, especially when we're editing the YouTube videos and stuff like that, these come in super handy, and we would not travel without them anymore. On this side, we have the scrubber that we mentioned earlier for washing our clothes, and then this vegan bug bag. It's always great to have something reusable, and we just love the look of this one, and it packs away like this. In the top pocket, this is my easy access pocket where I just keep some camera gear, some pens, a little cleaner for the camera. I have ND filter, variable ND filter from Nisi. It's pretty much sunglasses for your camera. And then last but not least, I think I have 300 of these lying around the bag, but microfiber cloths, I keep these all over just in case. On this side, I have my water bottle, just so that we're not buying so many plastic bottles. And I think that's the outside pockets done.
In the very top pocket of my backpack, I like to keep all of my waterproof stuff. It is a small pocket, but everything that I have is also very small. I have my waterproof, super lightweight rain jacket from Graaf and a rain cover that goes over the backpack when it's raining. In the pocket underneath, I have a few things like a hat, a marker for when we decide to hitchhike, live straw to filter water wherever we are, some sporks, another hat, and a day pack. This is a little day pack from Sea to Summit. I think it's around 20 liter. This is made from parachute material. It's super durable and it can hold, I think, up to 20 kilos of weight. This is perfect for if you don't want to carry a day pack but you need it once in a while. So when we go camping, we will leave all our big stuff and maybe only take what is necessary. How start packing? Just pack.
Just pack. Get a backpack, throw stuff in it. You're good to go. So, next to the inside, where everything is very, very clean and organised. I love this backpack. Boom. We have, let's start with the clothes. In this bag is everything that I'm going to be taking travelling with me. So, what have I got here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 t-shirts. Most of these are actually vest tops. I just don't wear t-shirts with sleeves a lot. 1 shirt to cover up for whenever we're going into temples, mosques, stuff like that. And then, exactly like Silka has, we got matching ones. I have these zip-off trousers, so they're trousers and shorts, multi-purpose, love that. And I have another pair, an older pair, but I think they're just very handy to have. I have then got 1 pair of shorts, just shorts, and then 2 pairs of swimming shorts. And in the back of this part, I keep the things that I don't use so often. I have a merino wool sweater and a pair of gloves. Also, I'm just going to answer one question, which was, how do you fold clothes so that they don't take up so much room? And that is simple when it comes to packing cubes. So, the real way to use packing cubes is not to roll. You don't do this, because you can see that it takes up quite a lot of space. What you do is you actually fold everything to the same size as the packing cube. So everything takes up like the whole space of the packing cube. And you'll see that you're actually able to fit a whole lot more in here rather than rolling. But I guess some people do like rolling, so I guess we could ask, are you a roller or a folder? But by the end of this video, you'll probably be a folder too, because that is the right answer. The next question is, what's the most important item that you carry with you, both practical or emotional?
The emotional item that I'm taking is a flute that is handmade by my brother. It's such a beautiful one, and I also just really want to learn to play the flute.
Beautiful.
Still have to learn.
For me, the emotional thing is actually, I carry this, it was a gift from Mum and Dad, and I carry this little St. Christopher with me, and then a photo of Mum and Dad when they were younger. It's just something that I've always travelled with and probably will always travel with. And for the practical item, I think that for both of us it has to be the photography equipment. Like, the camera is how we are able to afford to travel on the road.
Thanks cameras for existing.
Without this, you're doing good, little guy. So we are going to do the main compartment of Silka's backpack together, because for organisation purposes, Silka carries some of my stuff and I carry some of her stuff. You'll understand later on. But inside Silka's backpack, the main thing is our tent.
It's gonna be our first time backpacking and camping, but we think it's gonna open so many more opportunities.
And we thought about it a lot while we were on the road last time, but we just thought, oh, it's going to be too heavy and too big. But we discovered this big Agnes and it is super light. It's about 1.01 kilo or something like that. And along with that is these super small and lightweight sleeping bags. Yeah, these sleeping bags are amazing. We've slept in them once in the back garden.
Where are they from?
Gruzzi.
Something like
They're
that.
from Switzerland and we love it. As I say, we've only tried it once, but we can't wait to be snuggled up in the mountains of Kazakhstan.
Cozy.
Oh.
I love it.
Love it. Okay, next.
This This is our sleeping mat, also around 1 kilo. It's a 2-person sleeping mat. They become like 9 centimeters thick.
Yep, and it has a good warmth rate, and I think it's around 4.6. So we're gonna be super cozy like with this and sleeping bags, merino wools and stuff. We'll be good for some good temperatures. Maybe not quite Kazakhstan winter, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. So yeah, what's next in your bag? I'm gonna leave Silky to this part.
We had a question asking, do you bring medicine/supplements during travel? And the answer is no, apart from fish oil. I am vegetarian, but I also have epilepsy, and I recently heard that taking omega-3 fish oil is really good when you have epilepsy. It's a big chunk to travel with, but hopefully it will be good for my health.
How do you calculate your budget? We have a whole video on that up here. Check it out.
What's the special thing you have to take but isn't really necessary? We're excited.
These little cookses are handmade from someone in Japan, and he sent them out as a gift for us, and we cannot wait to travel all over the world with these. Completely unnecessary.
From now on, we can just like go to the lady and be like, chai? Tea? Horse milk? Yeah, you just put it in your kuksa.
Horse milk.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
It is.
It's just nice to have a little item that is not necessary, but you know you absolutely love, and it'll make such a big difference. Also, we don't need to consume plastic or paper cups. We just have our own little cups.
Next on the inside of the backpack, and it's the only thing that floats around, it doesn't really have a designated spot, but it's this charging block. These are a must-have when you're traveling the world. You know, you're going to come across every different type of plug socket, and hopefully we've got ourselves covered with this one block. We have this tech organizer from PGY Tech, and we love this because it is, look at that, that's just beautiful. And in here we have everything tech, so everything from camera batteries to chargers, AirPods, GoPro chargers, chargers for the Ricoh. I even have my trimmer guard in here because I want to keep it safe, and it's the only place that really I feel was super safe. I've got a bank card in here and my driver's license because I use my international driver's permit when I'm on the road all the time. We also have 3 of these little SanDisk hard drives. These are a lifesaver, 4 terabytes each, and we are filling our way through them, so maybe it'll be another one again, and I'm sure we'll need to make more space in here. And then in the back, some cables. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for the chargers. Got a few miscellaneous items in here like drone propellers. I don't know why, I just love traveling with a tape measure. And that is everything.
The next item is a little bit of a luxury, but we love traveling with our silk pillowcases. It is very good for your skin and your hair. We have felt the difference in the last 6 months of using them, so just want to take them on the road and keep using them. Plus, you know what pillowcases can be like in budget hostels. Ooh. Last but not least is toiletries. I have this little bag and it's just filled with essential things like toothpaste, shaver, daisy. For makeup, I only have mascara. And I love traveling with these little swooshy bottles. I put my shampoo and conditioner in there. They're just super convenient and I can refill them on the road. In this little bag I have all of my skincare products. As we're going back to Asia, in some areas there's a lot of air pollution, and then also the sun can be very harsh on your skin. So I love traveling with a little sunscreen for the face, hair oil to keep my hair nice and moist, and then I discovered these products from Alfara, which are really good for the skin. So yeah, not leaving without this. We also travel with these chunky toothbrushes. We know it's a bit of a luxury, but they are amazing. In Asia they have a lot of curries, chai, which are very bad for your teeth, but these ones are electric. You only have to charge them once every 40 days, so they're very convenient and so good for our teeth. Then just a typical girl asked, if you had all the space and weight in the world, what's one thing you'd love to bring?
Cat.
Sauna. I would totally bring a sauna.
We need a wheelbarrow.
I know, but she said we have all the space in the world, you know.
It's so heavy.
But she said space
Okay.
and weight in the
So it
world.
looks like we're bringing a cat and a sauna with us. I don't think the cat's going to enjoy the sauna so much.
If you could bring anything traveling, no matter the space or the weight, what would you bring? Tell us in the comments, we would love to know.
Now on to my favourite section, the camera section. In here we have our DJI Mini 4 Pro and the RC2 remote in the bottom. It is so compactly packed, I love the organisation. We have our batteries here. We have a little grip / tripod for the GoPro. I keep my trimmer in here. I got a trimmer because I never go to the hairdresser. Silky is my hairdresser, so she just does the sides, does my beard and stuff, and this is a killer one. I really love it. I travelled with a Phillips one blade, which is nice for the beard, but when you're doing hair, it's just too much, so I got a proper clipper, and this just sails through the hair. And here underneath the trimmer, I have an Anker power bank. This thing can charge the laptop a couple of times, it can charge the batteries for the camera a lot of times, and that's mostly what it's going to be for. A super useful thing that we never used to travel with, but for this travel, since we're going to be camping, we thought it was going to be much more necessary this time. And last but not least, we have the camera. This is Silky's little camera, but usually the Sony ECM-B1M would be in here, so I just replaced it with this just so you could see. And then we've got these little tabs just to keep everything from flailing about.
The final bag in here is this little miscellaneous bag. It's a bit messy, but I know where everything is. It has stuff like head torches, which we use a lot when we go for hikes, for sunrises, in hostels when you don't want to wake up everyone and just want to shine into your bag. And now for when we're camping. We have some lighters that we plan to use while camping, and also a Palo Santo, which is... oh my god.
Stuck.
Which is stuck. Which is basically a little piece of wood, but when you burn it, the smell is amazing. They say it's very good to cleanse the energy of a room, or just like to burn before a meditation so we can calm down, take some breath, and be in the here and now. Yummy. Oh my god. We really have to travel with this. For the rest, we have some chargers for my products, a washing line, which is really good to have when you're washing your own clothes, and wristbands for when you travel and you get easily travel sick. They have saved my life numerous times. And a bag within a bag, these are just things that I don't need so often, is an extra moon cup. I highly recommend all women to travel with one of these. If you don't know what it is, when you have your period, you just use this as a cup, you can empty it in the toilets, wash it out and reuse it. I have an extra shampoo bar in here for Kieran, as we both use different shampoos, and a little razor head. I think that's my backpack. That's everything I'll take for the next 3 years traveling. And I have a water bottle as well. Guys, if you don't have a water bottle, you're missing out. This is the best thing you can travel with. You can just refill your water anywhere you go. It's much more affordable, and also you're saving the world by not using so much plastic. Sometimes, do you want to get divorced? Does it look like it?
I love you. Hello. Last couple of compartments we have in here, we have underwear. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 pairs of underwear, almost a week's worth, that'll do me a month. And 2 pairs of socks. These Highland Crew socks Mum and Dad bought us. We actually have matching socks for inner Crocs. Love that. In this top section, I have the repair kit for the tent. It's just something we've got to carry with us all the time just in case. This is a little pouch for the mic for the camera. And last big section, which is hidden in here, is this for the jumper. And this is where I say about packing flat to the shape of the bag makes things take up much less space, because if this was just crumpled in here, you would have big bulges and stuff, but the fact that you can just make it flat to the shape of the thing means it's pretty much takes up no space. Actually, just to mention, I have 3 little pockets in the side here where I keep a bandana to keep me warm. I have a little miscellaneous pocket with a strap for the RC2 remote, which a really kind Chinese lady gave to us in Indonesia. Last little secret thing on the inside of the bag is this little pocket here is for an AirTag, and we never travelled with an AirTag before, but I just had so many nightmares about us turning up to Kazakhstan and our bags not turning up with us, so we decided to invest in an AirTag. For those of you who don't know, this is a little tracking device, so as long as it's, I think it's 50 meters away from an Apple product, then it'll ping its location. This will stay in this bag whenever we travel, but for being on the flight, it's going to be in Silky's bag, which is going to go in the hold. So just so that we can see if our backpack goes on a different flight to a different part of the world, we can just tell the airport, look, that's where our bag is, just fly it to us. We have a stowaway compartment for the laptop, so that just fits in there really nicely. Also in here, you have this little secret compartment where I keep, what do I keep in here? I keep my international driver's permit and some currency of countries that we think we're going to visit again. That is everything in my backpack.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I forgot one thing. In the bottom here is where I store the waterproof cover for the bag. So this bag's pretty waterproof itself, but Just an extra layer of protection is always good to have. And it's nicely stowed away in the bottom. We are down to the last 3 things that we carry with us, technically.
It seems like so much, but honestly, it feels like nothing. When we travel, we like carrying a little bum bag, so Kieran had his for the last year and a half.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, nice. Let me show you what's
So
in
hers
there.
has like the room for just a Game Boy in it, and that's it.
Okay, so I really like this little bag by Cavo. It has a hand sanitizer. Handy. We didn't really need this, but we bought something online, and if you paid above a certain amount, it was free delivery. So yeah, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Chewing gum. Passports, very important. A pen.
Oh, it's actually got a lot in it.
Has a lot, eh? Credit cards. Passport photos when you swap country and you need that beautiful passport picture.
She just loves carrying photos of herself.
A little wipe.
Oh, you got it here, wow.
I have so much. A little marker. And then in the front I have 2 little essential oils. One is moringa and blue lotus, and the other one is peppermint. All those fresh smells.
Very refreshing.
To keep you awake. So yeah.
Okay, so she's not really got anything important apart from the passports. Whereas mine, I think I've got a lot of important stuff in here, no? So in here, if I start at the back and work forward, I have steel straws. Oh, we only have one in here.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Okay. We have 2 steel straws, so that whenever we drink coffee, tea, anything like that, we're not damaging our teeth. I carry a beautiful little pink bag full of a GoPro. And then last in here we have the newest one to the collection. I love this so much. We decided to get a Leatherman multi-tool, so because we're going to be spending more time camping and out in the wilderness, I thought this was going to be very handy to have with me. Set of pliers, so that's like a good thing to have. Maybe we've had bikes break down on us before. Plenty of that.
Lots.
It's also got a little blade on there, really sharp, so Silky won't be playing with that. A little saw, everything you need for being out in the wilderness, and yeah, just a handy thing to carry. Okay, moving into the next pocket, wallet, just for cash and stuff. The Rico, my prized possession. This will never ever leave my side. You know, when we're shooting, hey, we use it almost every day. A little field notebook. I used to use it more. I would like to get back into using it, but it's for those little brief moments of inspiration. I've got a couple of pens in here as well, so just to jot down all those YouTube ideas and stuff. As I said, I carry 300 of them, another microfiber cloth. And then in the front, last pocket, what do we got? Spare
Boring
batteries.
stuff.
Spare batteries for the Rico. 2 because the battery life isn't great, so 2 spare batteries. 1 spare battery for the Sony. Keys for the padlocks. Base plate for the Rico, and then a little breathwork.
Basically something to calm you down when you feel anxiety and stress and all that stuff.
I get stressed out sometimes.
Now that we showed you all the stuff we're traveling with, we actually have one thing left.
Yeah.
And it's quite a big thing.
So this has been the topic of many debates, back and forth, in many different mindsets saying we're not going to travel with it, we're going to travel with it, but we have decided
We're traveling with it.
the guitar is coming on the road with us.
Our previous guitar was bigger, so we've sized down. This is an old guitar from
India.
India. Ow!
Mostly for us, it's when we're sitting around the campfire at night.
Oh.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
Which song is that?
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
So yeah, that is everything. We
Kumbaya.
have covered everything.
We made a packing video.
We packed.
We packed.
We packed everything into that one video.
And in 3 days we're leaving to Kazakhstan. Super freaking excited. Guys, if there is anything we missed on the list of our packing gear, please let us know in the comments. We would love to hear if there's any essentials.
And if this video is out before we fly, tell us anything that you think we should leave so that we can leave it before we go. Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this video, and we will see your beautiful faces in Kazakhstan.